Good morning, folks. Today's date is January 27, 2026. Now, this jacket right here got a bunch of lights in it. The last time I wore it, I was actually warning people about the snowstorm that was coming. I was actually warning people since the month of July 2025. That's when I started wearing this jacket. I had a few people make fun of me. I had a few people call me delusional. I was letting them know what's about to basically unfold. And let's just get into it, guys. Now, this snowstorm is not just only affecting the North American continent, it's actually affecting places like Canada and also Europe. Germany right now is completely shut down, and I've even listed locations of where these places are, the locations in Europe that's actually going to be affected. You can actually go back through my account and you can see it for yourself. People that actually been following my page for a while know that what I'm saying is true because they basically watch most of my content. All right. So again, guys, I'm doing some research. I'm looking at what's going on in Europe. I'm seeing the condition that they're actually dealing with. I didn't see the death toll for Europe yet. I can't find it, but I am sure people are basically this storm took some lives in Europe. Also Canada. I didn't see the death toll for Canada either, but I looked into some information of what's really happening over there in Canada, and it's bad. The snowstorm is hitting them so hard. Europe so hard. The US so far had 50 deaths out of this, and this started like 2 days ago. Close to 2 million people are without electricity. Now you see why I wore the jacket again. It's to remind you guys the last time I had this jacket blinking with lights all over it. Look, I was warning people, telling people, listen, we're in trouble this winter. Things are going to happen and you guys need to prepare yourself. And I started back in July of 2025, last summer. I was, man, the name calling that I went through for this. And now, guys, look where we are. Let's pause for a little bit. Let's reminisce on what's really happening. Stop ignore the obvious, folks. You know, all right, guys, I'm a very, very transparent person. Again, for the folks who have been watching my content for a while, kind of know this. I don't do this I'm not here to spread fear at all. I really am. I'm not. The reason why I do these content, I'm going to lay it out on the table. I'm not an alarmist. I don't fear monger. I'm what you call a pragmatic realist. I see things for what they are and I call it out. Humans, we're in trouble. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call it out. Not everyone is going to survive what's about to happen in the next 200 years. Human civilization is going to be so reduced. Do you know why? First and foremost, there's not going to be enough food to feed people. We're going into a famine. We're actually already in the famine. It started 2000, the beginning of 2000, the mega drought. Science experts are actually saying they use tools to see for what it is. I use my gift and my knowledge of research. They're saying what I'm saying. For the next 200 years, guys, where Earth is going to go through a transition that modern human have never seen before. It doesn't mean it never happened before, because all of this is cyclical. We've been here for so long, Homo sapiens. But for some reason, we've been indoctrinated not to think that way. We've been here for millions of years, folks. Get it in your head. Every so often, every couple of thousand years, a civilization die out and another one comes. The first civilization to come out of the Ice Age, 11,000 years ago, were the Atlanteans. And people, you really think the Atlanteans is a myth? No, no, it's not. You could actually find their remains anywhere between North Africa and Spain because that part of the world it never used to be covered by water. That's where their main city was. But it was covered by water because the ice melted it. It melted and it covers everything. After the Atlanteans came the Atlans, and after the Atlans came the Aztecs, then came the Mayans and the Sumerians. All these civilizations, they come and they go. It's like it's on a never ending cycle. Humans, we're on rinse and repeat. Deal with it. And I know it's not common knowledge. The new civilization that's coming out of us will start the year 2265. This is the beginning of the end. Listen to what I just say to you. This that we're in is the beginning of the end of our civilization. We have to learn how to deal with it. Why do you think these billionaires are going on the ground? Why do you think these billionaires want to live in space? They know the time we're in, but they can't tell you guys this. Because if they really come on the television set and tell you, because most people, that's where they get their information from. Because the average person, I'm just going to be honest, and a lot of people are going to get mad at me, they really can't comprehend what they read. And the people in power know this. So they use the media to indoctrinate people how they want them to believe and what they want them to believe, basically. They can't tell you guys this. This will create what is called mass hysteria. If you're really, really paying attention, look at the seismic activity that's going on. Look at these snowstorms that's getting worse. Look at the hurricanes during the wintertime, the summertime. That's actually progressing and getting even worse. All of this that I'm saying is just going to escalate for the next 200 years. These events are going to get worse. It's going to take a lot of lives. I don't really, you know what? I really don't want to go there, but even though what I'm saying is true, because I'm really not trying to freak people out, but I'm telling you guys the truth. We're at the beginning of a great famine. As we progress into the future, this famine is going to get worse. What I can beg you guys and urge you guys to do is to educate your lineage, your kids, and the stuff that they need to do, basically the stuff that they need and the knowledge they need on how to be self-sufficient, how to survive off the land. Because if realistically, guys, if you don't know how to survive off the land, you're doomed. Because it's going to come a point when that's basically where we need to go just to eat. Grocery stores are not going to be there anymore. Very soon it's going to be gone. The reason why is because the grid won't be there anymore. It won't. If you don't have the grid, if you don't have electricity, because I know for a fact the grid can't withstand all these natural disasters when it starts to increase. If you have no grid, you have no gas, you have no electricity, you have no running water, you have nothing. We are basically back in the Stone Age. And yes, we're going back to the Stone Age. Everything is going to start all over again. But the people in power can tell you this. They can't. I'm telling you this. But you know what? It's a great time to be alive, and it's a great time to actually witness all of this, because we are chosen to see everything unfold. So I am so grateful. I'm not fearful. I'm extremely grateful to see this. Everything that I've studied, everything I've researched is unfolding. 50 people are dead so far in the US. And I'm sure Europe probably have just as much, probably even worse. And I'm sure Canada has just as much or even worse. Things are not going to get better. Once again, I'm not a alarmist. I'm not a fear-mongering person. I'm what you call a pragmatic realist. It is that simple. And that is the reason why I wear this jacket. It's to remind you guys the last time I wore this jacket, I was letting you guys know what's about to unfold back in July of last summer. And yet I was called crazy and delusional. And now look where we are. Snowstorms like crazy, record level, and people are dead. Thank you guys for watching my video.